Hey up everybody, how are you getting on there? This is Loose Lips. Let me pin that bad boy. Hey up everyone, how you doing? I'm Ben Random, this is Loose Lips and I'm going to be speaking with Carly Bateman who's in the group. For anyone who's fresh to Loose Lips, what it is a good vibes only chat show. We're here to spread the vibes, the love and uplift the current situation by speaking with sound people across the globe. So Carly's just sent in the request. Respect.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm right, good, sir. In fact,
Good.
you seem like you're a bit of a whiz on Instagram. I'm looking at a pin. I love that face. That face is to say, I don't know where you got that impression from, but you seem to be. But I'm trying to put this as a pin,
Tap it,
but it
and it'll
won't.
say pin comment.
Right, so I tap it. Nah. Oh
It's not
yes.
working.
See, that's what this is. That's what this is. This is now like a coaching session. That's all I'm gonna do. Speak to you about my wars on Instagram, and
I've
it's
done a
it's
few
not been
lives.
recorded, so it's all good.
I've done a few lives since lockdown. You get used to it
Well,
now.
do you know what was this, right? And one of the reasons why I was like, I'm definitely gonna have a natter with you is I like the videos that you've been doing where you've shown like the outtakes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's an awful
It's
lot of them.
it's class though. It's proper class. So for anybody who's watching, Carly does a variety of things. I'm gonna, yeah, well played, mate. You're a boss. You know, I said this to you that time in Refuge. I said, I'm a fan. You're smashing it.
Oh,
And I want to focus at the start on like the way that you've adapted to be doing a lot of fitness and exercise classes online. So, how have you found the current situation, and what made you sort of find to step up and still connect online?
yeah. Well, by day, I'm a fitness instructor. I work at a studio called Block in the Northern Quarter. Um, and obviously, when we went into lockdown, studio shut. There was nowhere to teach, and I immediately got messages being like, what are you going to do? Any classes? Are you going to do lives? Are you going to do this, that, and the other? So I kind of felt like, one, I needed to give back to my clients because I didn't want them to just not be moving during this time if they wanted to move. So I was like, okay, but then also to keep myself moving because normally I teach 8 classes a week and I train myself 3 times a week. So I'm really active. And then when I came into this, I was a bit like, oh, like my routine's gone. I
Yeah.
was like, where's my busy routine? I'm so like, oh. So I was like, right, I need to set a new routine for myself and for the people out there that want to take class. So I set myself a live schedule to go up and to keep teaching. And then that's literally just how it's happened. And people take them. And I'm like, yeah. So,
Well, that's
and they're all
because
donations too.
you've put a proper schedule out, haven't you?
Yeah, I teach every other day. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's good though, and like people are donating, which is lovely. I just leave it as a pay as you feel, and I let people join that can't pay as well. And I'm just like, just take it anyway, and then maybe just share the class on your story so more people will come and things like that. So yeah, but I've had so many donations, it's absolutely lovely. Like I've been able to pretty much pay my half of the rent here this month just through donations, which I'm like, that's amazing. Like obviously it's nothing compared to my normal wage, but it's amazing that I've made that amount from it. So I really appreciate it.
That's beautiful, that. And you can tell as well that there's a proper sense of community that's going on at the moment. And it's great to
Mm.
see that when people are putting stuff out there, people are receptive to it, but also supportive to it as well. Because
Yeah.
it's mad. I mean, you probably might find it like me by doing these. It can take you away from the actual situation. And every now and again, you have a flash to like, oh my gosh, what's going on? But
Mm.
it keeping active, it is really good for the like the mental fatigue side of things.
Definitely. Like I forget, and I didn't realize how much I'd enjoy teaching online. Like I thought I'd hate it. I thought it'd be completely different, and I hate it. But I really like it. I get my endorphins go up. I feel amazing. I love getting the comments back from the people that are taking them, and I've had so many messages being like, thank you so much for doing your classes. I was having a really down day, now I feel so much better, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, I'm so glad that I'm able to help in some way here. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, feels
Definitely
good.
playing a part. Do you,
Yeah, it's good for me, it's good for them.
have you found anything like people who probably might not have known you before your actual classes who've been getting involved, and people abroad as well? Has it opened you sort of exposure to those people?
Yeah, absolutely. I had someone in New York taking my classes quite a few times. It's mental, and I think I wouldn't say most of them, but a lot of people have been introduced to me from different people sharing my stuff, or just word of mouth and things, people looking for classes. So yeah, I've had so many people come. My following's gone up ridiculously. I've gained over 1,000 followers since lockdown, and I know it's not about numbers and followers, but it just shows how many people want to keep moving and like that sort of content. So yeah, it's mad.
That's because you were able to tell people how to pin a post. See,
Yeah.
you're an Instagram guru. I knew it. I
I'm
knew it.
not. I'm not. I'm not good at social media though. I'm good at teaching. Social, I'm getting there, but there's been a lot to learn from lockdown, so we're learning.
Well, were you into video editing before? Or is that something that you've looked to develop through this time?
I used to vlog, which you watched back in the day. I might get my camera up again, but no, I just learned bits and bobs when I was vlogging, and then stopped vlogging, and then it's kind of all come back to me as I've had to video edit again, for stuff that I'm putting some more fitness videos on YouTube. I've put some on Instagram, like IGTVs and things like that. So yeah, it just kind of comes back to you. It's just a lot of trimming, putting things together, adding a bit of music to it, done.
I
So
think
yeah.
there's the scope though of like putting your personality into it. I definitely see that these could evolve into a bit of a vlog meets the fitness side, and that sort of leads me to my next question, which should be like, when everything resumes, but like you say, you've got people around the globe who are sort of tapping into you now. Do you still want to keep that engagement? So do you still see you doing those classes online as well, or do you think you could incorporate a vlog side to get people on that?
I'm gonna see how it goes. I've got I'm editing currently my first bar video. That's what I teach, like bar fitness, to go up online, on YouTube. And I want to see how it does. And then probably do a series on YouTube and see how they get going. Because that might be something I keep going along with even when lockdown finishes. I just so something is still up there, but I'm not having to do lives every
All the
week. And
time.
obviously they'll be taken over with physical classes then, so I won't have the time. But yeah, I might do a bit of that, and then if people are interested, I don't know, in my life as well, I might add vlogs into it. But we'll just see how much time I have. Like, I stopped vlogging because I didn't have enough time to run my business and teach and vlog. It was all a bit much. But it's going to take a while, I think, for us to go completely back to normal. So my busy schedule will probably still stay quite low up until next year. So it might be something that I have time for now, but we'll see.
I like that. I'm looking forward to it if that definitely does become a thing. So yeah, basically the industries that you've said that you're involved in, they've been hit the hardest.
Mm.
So like the other business that you do, which is to provide incredible performers and dancers and characters for club nights and events around the country.
Yeah.
Um, I know, well, I just love the stuff that you do with the discotheque as well. I see that as a
Yeah.
real good like connection between you. Like, how have you still been able to keep a tab of your team, and how are they taking it?
Well, the night that we got the message, that it was like, because we work with Revolution bars a lot, so we provide dancers and performers and characters and all that kind of stuff. But we mostly work in nightlife entertainment. We do events, but we mostly work in nightlife. So we work with the brand Revolution quite a lot. We do 5 Revolutions and we do 2 Revolution to Cubas every Friday and Saturday. So there's a
Wow.
lot of performers. Each venue has 2 to 3 performers in it. It's quite a lot. And we got the message from one of the managers being like, yeah, have you just seen the news? And we're like, yeah, when it was kind of Boris saying, stay away from clubs and bars and all this, we were like, yeah, there we go. Like, we could see it coming, and we were like, right. So I have like a Facebook page for my team, and I was like, so guys, I was like, and I just was like, you know, talk to me as much as you want. Do you know what I mean? Like, just stay connected, and we'll just see how it goes. Like, we've been doing quizzes, we've been doing nice little things, we've been checking in with each other, like doing things over Instagram and stuff. They've been doing takeovers on the Carmina Instagram, which is really nice. Just seeing what they're getting up to and things. But yeah, we're just staying connected, and we have done a few little things with brands. For Revolution, for example, we've been putting some funny workout videos together for them, so they've been posting us and working with us doing that. We've also been doing stuff with the discotheque, because they did that amazing live stream, the Piscotheque live stream. It was so much fun. They got us to film in our bathrooms and film anywhere in our house, just full disco attire, and just go for it. And it was so fun. Like, we just blasted our tunes and we're just absolutely loving it. And then they obviously put that footage out on live streams behind DJs, and it looked amazing. Like, I didn't know they were going to do it like that. When I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is the future. This is what's going on now. So we've done that. We did some stuff for Hacienda last week as well. So yeah, we're doing bits, and I kind of think that's the way we're going to have to push our sort of entertainment now, is through live streams and DJ sets and things like that. And try and make the most out of the situation. So it's new, but we'll see what we can do. You know, it might be a positive outlook on this. But
well, yeah. How do people approach you? How do you like take people on to be part of your team? What flamboyance or skill do they need?
We do a range of ways. So we do auditions, and we see them in person. And normally when we do an audition, we're looking for our regular performers, so dancers, actors, and that sort of vibe. So we do really funny auditions, I'm not gonna lie. So the first part is, you know, just seeing how people move. So they'll do some walks from the corner, this, that, and the other. We do 2 routines, so they'll learn one, it's in one style, they'll learn another in a different style. They'll also freestyle as well, so that we can see how they move on their own without choreography. And then for the last part of the audition, just to prove that they can be silly and fun, because that's a big part of us as well. We're very interactive, we're very fun as performers, and we get really silly. So we put a track on. For example, I'll put on Anaconda by Nicki Minaj, and I'll be like, right, now I want you to do your best dirty grandpa impression. And they'll walk around the space like crooked backs, twerking, all that stuff. And then I'll flick Mysterious Girl on by Peter Andre, and I'm like, okay, now scuba divers. And then I'll just keep putting tracks on and just shout out the names of these characters that I want them to embody. And it's so much fun, because we have a laugh, they have a laugh. And it eases the tension of an audition a bit as well. And they go out, like, whether they've got the job or not, they go out quite giddy and happy. So that's how we do like auditions. But we also take people on online as well, through like show reels and photos and things like that. But that's more for specialist acts like aerialists and contortionists, and people that, you know, can't necessarily always show their act in our auditions. It's more for them. But yeah, it's a wide range.
When did it start?
Carmina?
Yeah.
She's about 3 now, about 3 years ago. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah.
So I take it you were involved in the industry, and then what pushed you to want to start your own company?
So I was a dancer, fire performer, multi-skilled artist, and I was very friendly with a girl called Gabby, who also taught bar. And her business partner had just left for Canada, and she was like me. She was a performer as well. And those two had like a little entertainment company together. And because her business partner was leaving, who she'd been working with for absolutely years, she was like, I want to set up with someone else and do something different. So I was like, okay, I'm thinking of potentially putting a bit of a group together. And she was like, okay, let's do it. And I had a dance partner at the time who was M. And we were just like, should we just go in it as a 3? So we went in it, all 3 of us. We all bought a Samba costume each. That was our initial investment into it. Mine was the red one. And yeah, we worked together for a few months to a year, I think. And then those two kind of had other interests. Like Em was really into her yoga, and then Gabby was really into like another business she was setting up. So both of them kind of just went their own separate ways with it. And I was like, do I continue it on my own, or do I kind of stop it here? And I was just like, no, I'm going to go with it. So yeah, and then from there, it's just grown and grown and grown. So it's been good.
It has, because I mean, what's the side of it been like, learning to be a proper boss, badass businesswoman on that side of it?
There's a lot to learn, an awful lot to learn. Like, I think out there at the moment, it's like, oh, I'm a boss bitch, I'm a girl boss, and all this kind of stuff, and like that's great, but also it's quite hard at the same time. Like, being a boss in any way is quite difficult. Going from being a performer to in charge of performers is completely different. And I've learned a lot of how to deal with clients, how to deal with performers, how to look after myself whilst being in charge, and having boundaries of when I switch off and when I'll message people back and things like that. So it's really, really great. Like, I love my job, and like I like having a step back now in terms of, I don't feel like I miss out by not performing. I really just like watching them, if you know what I mean. I like pushing them forward and being like, you go, this is your time, and I just sit there like a proud mum. So yeah, I think it's very, very rewarding, very, very rewarding, especially it's your business. So when it does well, you feel like you're doing really well, but it does come with its drawbacks as well. And there's a lot of hard times, but I think the good outweighs the bad. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I can imagine as well. It's the growth. It's like some of the things that will probably throw you at start. You just sort of, that's just the experience that comes with it. But like you say, the passion for the actual arts of what you do, to then, in order to take it on, you'll know what the performers are going through. So you'll have been through there as well. So that I bet that's a beautiful added like asset as well for the performers when they're looking to come on board with you.
Yeah, I know what they need, which is a good thing. And I've worked every bit of our job roles. I've been a performer, I've been the costume girl, and I've been the admin assistant. And now we have, like, obviously they're all done by different people now. I have an admin assistant and I have a costume assistant, but I've done everyone's job because it started out with me. Do you know what I mean? So, and I liked that I know every bit of my business, rather than starting off with like loads of money and being like, well, I'm going to be at the head of the table and you're all going to do this. I literally know exactly what each job role is and how it's done. So yeah, it's good.
I was speaking with a lady yesterday, Laura Wellington. She's involved with Duke Studios, which is a venue in Leeds, like multi-purpose venue. So I like do comedy shows, networking events, like real cool venue. And she was saying the same, that her and her boyfriend, when they started it, they did every single role. So now when they like give people the roles, they know what it takes. It's not just like an almost like looking down, like, right, you just do that, so what? It's like, you know everything, you know all the roles. So that comes with like a bigger respect to what they're doing as well. And also they won't be able to get out past you.
Yeah, exactly. I've been there.
Yeah, like that shouldn't take that long. That didn't take me that long. That should take that long.
Yeah.
So when you're reaching out, or when a meeting comes with a brand or a venue or anybody who wants to acquire your acts and your services, like, do they come up with a bit of a pitch and a portfolio to you, or do you go to them and this is what we provide, and then they immerse it within their venues?
Everyone's different, the way they do it. Some people need a bit more help from me, to kind of, basically they might have a theme and I'll be like, amazing, this and this would go great with it. Or they don't have a theme, they don't have anything, they're just kind of like, what do we put together? And it's like, well, what do you want to do? And we have more of a longer conversation about how we'll make everything work. So yeah, everyone works a bit differently.
And is there, say, like a La Discotheque then, because of the style of their night, are they a bit more like idea orientated? And then, because it must be exciting when people are giving you concepts and you've got to like figure out how to make it work.
Discotheque, we're really like a big family, because I've been working with them for years now, And when the first discotheque came around, I just provided them. So they had 2 flamingos. They wanted 2 flamingos on stilts. That was their thing, because their logo is 2 flamingos together. So we're like, okay, that's cool. And then I provided these other things called the Soul Sergeants, because there's a brand called Soul Sergeants who do these really funky military hats. So I had 2 of the girls in them with like pasties on, glitter everywhere, like harnesses, all this. It looked amazing. And then that was it. Like, Kat was literally, who runs the discotheque, was like, I want flamingos and Soul Sergeants everywhere. That was like that's the staple. She's always like, Soul Sergeants, flamingos, like, right, brilliant. And then they kind of just, sometimes they theme it, sometimes they say it's a space theme, and I'll be like, okay, cool, like, I'm gonna give you this. But they trust me now. Like, we've been working together that long that they'll be like, just give us some outfits, or give us some girls, or, you know, all of it together. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, boom. And they're normally just like, well, they're always happy and I'm always happy. So we're just a big family. Do you know what I mean? There's not much in it.
And when you sort of go into different venues as well, then, like, do you go with them to the different venues?
Not all of them. Obviously, we have like 7 a night. So I can't be at all of them. Sometimes, most of the time, I work a Saturday and I'll go to one of them and I will perform. But I mainly perform when I'm needed to fill a spot, because I'd rather the performers take the slot. But I'm just there to give lifts and things like that if needed. Bigger events, I like to be there because I just like to run it. I'll just be the stage manager, and sometimes I even just throw myself in for free, just because I want to make sure it goes well and it goes right, and you just need someone there to run it, like, especially with bigger events. But yeah, so most of the time I'm there, but I can't always be there for, especially the nightclub ones. You're not really needed. They know what they're doing now. They've done it before. But yeah, but one-offs, I'm normally there.
So how many do you have in your team?
Oh God. Loads. Well, there's, if we think about it, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's roughly 20 go out on a Saturday, and around 6 go out on a Friday. And then obviously we rotate the team. It's not the same people every week and things. So on our books, we've definitely got about 250, 300. And then we have, some people work every weekend. Some people work on and off weekends and things like that, because it's all freelance, isn't it? So no one's contracted, and we just fill the slots where we do. But yeah.
Fair. So if it is done like that, then, so it's sort of I was sort of building up to see if you had a particular idea of a cap of performers, what you'd like to have before it got like thousands upon people maybe on your books. But if it works like that, you could have an infinite amount, really, as long as they prove to do the job.
You can have a lot on your books, and then I like to go back to the same people quite a lot, and you just build quite a rapport with those people. And a lot of the time, if it's a recurring venue and it's a recurring gig, they know what they're doing and it's easier. Do you know what I mean? To keep the same people, and then you can give them a steady amount of work. So I prefer to use the same people every time, but then you take a few more people on your books when it comes to specialist acts and things like that. Like, not necessarily people you would book every single weekend, but people that have really unique acts. So when you get that odd event in that you're like, oh, that act would be amazing for that, let me talk to that person and stuff like that. So it's good to have a lot of people on your books, but I like to know everyone really well. You know what I mean? So I don't want it to go too big that I feel like I'm booking strangers. Like, I like to know my team. So yeah. And
then did I see you did some press shots in Ibiza? Were you out at an event out there as well, or were it just for the shots?
It was discotheque.
All right.
Yeah. So we did Ibiza Rocks. We were doing pool parties on Mondays over summer last year. It was really good. Oh, is it September? I think it was September. Yeah, it was. So yeah, Mondays in September. It was good. Really good.
Which sort of events stand out to you? Which ones stick out in mind when you look back?
Trying to think. I mean, I love my regulars. I really do. My Revolution and Revolution to Cubas, they're like family. So I absolutely love them. and they give me work every single week, so I'm just so thankful to them. But then also discotheque again really stand out. I really enjoy the abroad gigs that we've done, which have both been with the discotheque. We went to Croatia with them, not last year, the year before, and we went Ibiza, like you said, for this one. There was one gig that was quite a big one. We did a festival, and we had two girls performing alongside M22, the DJ.
Okay.
That was a big moment. So that was a good one. And yeah, we've had a lot. It's hard to think off the top of my head. There's been so many now. But yeah.
Has anyone ever been in touch to like be featured in music videos, or do you see it expanding in any other alternative avenues related to entertainment?
Yeah, we've done music videos. We work with Video Inc. quite a bit. Don't know if you've heard of them. They're a company. They're really cool. We did a very Latin-y. I'm trying to think of like the sort of vibe it was. It was quite like Living a Vida Loca sort of video.
Yes.
And we had about 6 girls do a very like Latin sort of dance stuff. It was great. It was cool. But yeah, we've done a few bits like that, a few little music videos. But it'd be good to do a few more. That might be something that we go into because of this situation. But yeah, we'll see.
Do you think that the moves that your professionals do, that the acts that you get on do, like you said that they're showing some content about like, you know, a bit of their home life or what have you, but maybe moves that they do or characters that they do as well, is that the way that Carmina's going to present the material in this time?
What do you mean? The moves?
So, you know, for example, like how on a night your performers, like how they entertain, be it dance moves, particular choreographed moves that they may have, or in their costumes, or even just playing up with the different characters. Do you think, you said that Carmina on that event page, they're doing some entertainment on there, some videos.
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing? Or if not, is that something which could come up as well? Like teaching people some of their routines?
I'm trying to think of things we could do with the team really that, and it is like, do we do lessons? Like, you know, it's not something we've ever done really. Like I've taught the team, I've done a few workshops and things like that, but just teaching my team, not teaching, you know, out in the public. We might do. I'm not sure.
Giving away, would it be giving away your trade secrets if you did?
No. We might do. I'm not sure. Potentially. But yeah, I don't know at the moment.
Fair. I think it could work that, especially with like, say in the morning you've got the fitness and then at night you're teaching everybody how to party.
Yeah, maybe.
You can have that for free.
Yeah. I've
warmed you to it. At first you were looking down like no, and then that maybe. I'm a fan of the word maybe. Yeah, I seen it. Like, it's a gift from me.
Yeah.
It's all good. Well, no, one of the reasons, as I say, I wanted to reach out is that I can just, I vibe off your energy. I vibe off like the way that you really are just going about it. You know, like you are a proper badass when it comes to just having your own style out there. And no, you are. Like, I think you post the way that you post really cool. And I think if there was a way of, because time must be so demanding for you now, but if there's a way of merging your vlog somehow, even if it was like not every week, even if it was like every like other week or every month or something, like the amount of content that you'd be able to capture into that, and then still do the same things, but then like see off, like I think people would go with it, and I think it'd really like, and I think it'd put you on like a level of like a personality as well as just like your business, because I think that that's something that then people really warm and absorb to know more about the entertainment side of it as well, because then you got them, their characters, they could make mini like little features in it, and I just think like something like that could really like ascend like what it is and just get it out to more people across the globe and make it more of a like, whoa, they're cool, like we need to proper like check them.
There is a really good video coming out that my friend Josh shot. He's a videographer, and he asked me, he's done it on a few people, but he wanted to contact people that he thought were interesting, had interesting jobs and interesting lives. And he contacted me and he was like, can I film a day in the life of you? Because he does a lot of music videos and things like that. And he was like, I really miss the documentary sort of vlog stuff that I used to do. So he was like, can I shoot you and shoot in that way? So I'm getting what I want from it. And then like it's a bit of exposure for you. So I was like, okay, let's like do a little collab on it. So we did it in like January, way before we knew any of this was going to happen. And he basically just wanted to capture everything about how Carmina came around and what was going on in the background and how it all gets put together. So he basically films me for a whole day preparing for a gig. And it's one we did at Albert Schloss, and then he comes into the venue with me and like sees how I interact with all the performers and they interact with me and like the laughs that we have and stuff, and then a little bit of like what we're actually doing out there. So that's coming out this week, I think. I'll have to let you know. But that's a good video to watch and that sort of thing. And that's kind of like what you were touching on, just like seeing how it all works within the entertainment industry, kind of like recognizing that we're still human sometimes, and like, yeah, and just because we're not like a business, like, I don't know, one where you go and wear suits and everything like that doesn't make us any less of a business, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, not any less of a business or not any less hard working either. And
yeah,
even
exactly.
simple things like costume changes. I think like there could be like, you know, in Formula One where you've got a pit stop.
Yeah.
You could easily like an entertainer goes up and you've got like this clock in the corner and then it gets sped up and they come back.
Quick changes are the bane of any dancer's life.
There you go. There you go. Like, but even stuff like that, I think it'd be really funny to see that side of it and coming out like, oh no, like that's something's like torn and it's like you've got to go on while it's torn and still style it. I think there's something there.
Always, always.
Perfect, perfect. Well, would you like to let everybody know who's watching where they can find out some more details about yourself and keep a tab of you?
Yeah, so my Instagram is body by Bates with an underscore. George has just commented on there, the time we ran out putting our headpieces on, that was brilliant. Yeah, so mine is body by Bates with an underscore at the end. So if you want to do any live workouts or come see me, that's my Instagram. And then my business for entertainment is Carmina _entertainment. So yeah, check us out on Instagram. We've got websites and everything like that. It's all linked within our gram, but Instagram's the main one. So just come and find us on there.
Instagram's the daddy. It definitely is. Mm-hmm. Well, perfect. Well, stay safe, keep doing your thing and stay cool. And no doubt when this is all finished, I'll see you at one of your events.
Yes, for sure.
Stay safe.
Oh, thanks for asking me for being
Bye.
Bye.
Ah, respect. Always. Always. Look after. Bye.
Bye.
There we are, Carly Bateman. Honestly, absolute boss. Make sure you check her out. Body by Bates, lower underscore. She's involved, as you heard, with the entertainment side of events by preparing performers to get them going out. And you've got to admit, when you go to these events and you see like the performers, it just takes up an event to another notch as well. So I wanted to find out a bit more about that. But also it's success stories of what she's been doing with her fitness classes as well here on Instagram during lockdown. So if you're new to this, I'm Ben Random. This is Loose Lips. What I look to do is speak with people from a wide range of backgrounds all across the globe, looking to uplift the spirit of you who come into contact by watching Loose Lips. So I will be back at 4 with another chat with a DJ, Dale Castell. And if you want to see any of my previous content of Loose Lips, go onto YouTube and go to Pop Cult Chic, or likewise on Instagram, pop.cult.chic, and you can find everything on there. Other than that, peace and light to you and yours. Stay safe and blessed.